There are seasons in life when nothing appears to change on the outside, yet everything quietly begins changing within. Your soulmate may be living through one of those seasons right now. If someone looked at their daily routine, they would probably see nothing unusual. They wake up each morning, take care of their responsibilities, speak with familiar people, and continue moving through life exactly as they always have. From the outside, everything appears steady. Yet beneath that calm surface, another story has slowly been unfolding. It did not begin with a dramatic event. It did not begin with a message, a dream, or an unexpected meeting. Instead, it began with a feeling that quietly returned without asking for permission. At first, your soulmate hardly noticed it. Life has a way of keeping people busy enough to ignore what their hearts are trying to say. Every day brings another responsibility, another goal, another distraction. For a long time, they believed that if they continued moving forward, every unanswered emotion would eventually fade on its own. But some emotions are patient. They do not disappear simply because time passes. Instead, they wait for the moment when the heart becomes ready to understand them. Perhaps that moment has finally arrived. Your soulmate may have recently experienced an ordinary evening unlike any other. There was no special occasion, no important celebration. Nothing happened that anyone else would remember. Yet as the day slowly came to an end, they found themselves sitting in unexpected silence. Without realizing why, they stopped reaching for distractions. The television remained off. The phone no longer held their attention. Even familiar routines suddenly felt less important. For the first time in a long while, they simply allowed themselves to think. That quiet moment revealed something surprising. They realized they had spent years asking themselves what they wanted from life. Success, security, stability, achievement. Yet they had almost never asked themselves another question. What kind of life truly brings peace to my heart? That single question changed everything, because the answer did not arrive through logic. It arrived through feeling. As they reflected honestly, they remembered moments that had once seemed too ordinary to matter. Simple conversations where they felt completely understood. Moments of shared laughter that carried no expectations. Times when silence itself felt comfortable because nothing needed to be explained. Those memories carried a warmth they had not felt in a very long time. At first they assumed they were simply becoming nostalgic, but the more they reflected, the more they realized this was not about missing the past. It was about recognizing something they had overlooked while they were living it. Sometimes we only understand the value of peace after spending too much time chasing excitement. Sometimes we only recognize genuine connection after experiencing relationships that require constant effort to feel secure. Perhaps your soulmate is beginning to understand that lesson now. They may be noticing that the moments they treasure most are not the loudest ones. They are the quiet moments where they felt accepted exactly as they were. No performance, no expectations, no need to become someone different. Just the simple freedom of being authentic. This realization has become deeply emotional because it challenges beliefs they carried for many years. They once believed strength meant never depending on anyone emotionally. Now they wonder whether true strength is actually the courage to let someone see the real person behind every carefully built wall. That thought has stayed with them, and the more they sit with it, the less interested they become in pretending that emotional distance always creates safety. Perhaps safety without honesty is not really peace at all. Perhaps it is only another form of loneliness. These thoughts are not arriving to punish them. They are arriving to help them grow. Every reflection is teaching them something new about themselves. Every quiet evening reveals another truth they had been too busy to notice before. They are slowly learning that life is not measured only by accomplishments. It is measured by the quality of the moments that leave lasting peace inside the heart. That understanding has begun changing the way they move through each day. They listen more carefully. They judge less quickly. They appreciate kindness in ways they never did before. Most importantly, They have stopped believing that emotions are obstacles to overcome. Instead, they are beginning to see emotions as teachers. Every feeling carries wisdom. Every memory carries meaning. Every meaningful connection leaves behind a lesson that continues, shaping us long after circumstances change. Perhaps that is why your memory now feels different within them. Not because they are trapped in the past, but because they are finally understanding what that chapter quietly taught them about trust, honesty, vulnerability, and the kind of life they truly hope to create. And perhaps this quiet realization is only the beginning. Because once the heart recognizes a truth it has been avoiding for years, it becomes almost impossible to return to the person it used to be. The journey ahead may still hold uncertainty, questions may remain unanswered. Life may continue unfolding in unexpected ways. Yet something essential has already changed. Your soulmate is no longer searching only for success. They are searching for something far more meaningful. A life where peace, honesty, and genuine connection can exist together. And sometimes, that single decision becomes the first step toward an entirely new future. As this quiet understanding continues to grow, your soulmate may be noticing that the changes happening within them are no longer limited to a few moments of reflection. What began as a simple question has slowly become a new way of seeing life. For many years, they believed that certainty was the answer to everything. If they could predict the future, avoid disappointment, and protect themselves from emotional risk, then peace would naturally follow. But life has a gentle way of teaching lessons that logic alone cannot explain, and one of those lessons may now be unfolding within them. They are beginning to understand that peace does not come from controlling every outcome. Peace comes from learning how to remain honest with yourself. Even when life feels uncertain, this realization has changed the way they think about many things: relationships, friendships, family, dreams, even the quiet hopes they rarely speak about. They may now be looking back at certain chapters of life with greater compassion. Instead of asking, "Why did things happen the way they did?" they are asking, "What was this experience trying to teach me?" That small change in perspective can transform everything, because when people stop fighting against their own experiences, they begin discovering the wisdom hidden inside them. Your soulmate may now understand that every meaningful connection leaves something behind. Not always answers, not always perfect endings, but lessons. And those lessons continue shaping the heart long after circumstances change. Perhaps this is why certain memories still carry emotional meaning, not because they belong to the past, but because they continue offering understanding in the present. There may have been moments when your soulmate believed that emotional distance was the safest path. They convinced themselves that staying guarded would protect them from disappointment, that silence would create stability, that independence would guarantee peace. But now they are beginning to notice something important. A life built only on protection can slowly become a life missing warmth. A heart that never takes emotional risks may avoid pain, but it may also miss moments of genuine connection. This understanding has become one of the most powerful lessons of their journey. They no longer see vulnerability as weakness. They see it as courage. The courage to care, the courage to trust, the courage to remain open even when life offers no guarantees. And perhaps this new understanding is changing them in ways that other people cannot easily see. They may be becoming more patient, more thoughtful, more appreciative of simple moments, more aware that some of life's greatest experiences arrive quietly. Without warning, people around them may notice subtle changes. Perhaps they listen more carefully than before. Perhaps they speak with greater honesty. Perhaps they seem calmer, as though something inside them no longer feels the need to prove anything. That inner calm did not arrive because every question has been answered. It arrived because they have stopped demanding certainty before allowing themselves to feel what is true. This is one of the deepest forms of growth. Not becoming fearless, but becoming honest. Your soulmate may now understand that life is not a test where every answer must be known in advance. Life is a journey of learning, and every meaningful experience becomes part of the wisdom we carry forward. Perhaps this is why they have begun appreciating small things more deeply. A sincere conversation, a moment of laughter, an act of kindness, the quiet comfort of being understood. These moments once seemed ordinary. Now they understand that such moments often become the memories that stay with us the longest. As this awareness continues growing, another truth may quietly appear. The future no longer feels the same, not because they suddenly know exactly what will happen, but because they trust themselves more than before. They trust their ability to face uncertainty, to learn, to adapt, to remain open to life without trying to control every outcome. That trust creates freedom. Freedom from constant worry. Freedom from emotional walls. Freedom from believing that strength means hiding every feeling. Perhaps this has been the purpose of their journey all along. Not to become perfect, not to avoid mistakes, but to become more authentic, more compassionate, more connected to what truly matters. And perhaps the most important realization is this. The heart remembers what brings genuine peace, not because it wants to return to the past, but because it wants to guide us toward a more honest future. Your soulmate may now understand that truth in a way they never did before. The quiet lessons of life have changed them. The experiences they once questioned have given them wisdom, and the emotions they once avoided have become teachers. Now they move forward differently, not carrying the same fears, not asking the same questions, but holding a deeper understanding of themselves and the life they wish to create. Because in the end, the greatest transformation rarely happens all at once. It happens through small realizations, quiet reflections, unexpected moments of honesty, and one simple decision, to stop running from what the heart has always known. And perhaps that decision is the beginning of the most meaningful chapter yet.